main across the companionway, you've always got to be mindful, especially if you've got children. I always think it's a good idea to lock it off to one side or lock it in the middle so it can't slide around. But across the companionway is quite a traditional way of doing it. Very nice Selden sections, just need a damn good clean, don't they? Got a bit of movement in that spreader boot. Give it a little comparative. You can see this starboard side, that spreader's nice and firm in its route, yeah. This side, not too sure if there's some wear in the pin or what there, but something needs to be have a look at that. Shouldn't be that much movement, I wouldn't have thought. People shouldn't really rely on surveyors checking rigging and masts and stuff because you can only really see to there, and I don't know how a surveyor is expected to see to the top of the spar the things that are going wrong up there. I understand the rigging was changed about 5 years ago, and certainly everything we've looked at, the bottle screws, the deck fittings, the chain plates, which riggers never check, is chain plates and the anchorage inside, which we'll go and have a look at later, all seem fairly good. There's very little moisture around the deck fittings, and certainly looking up and sighting where the swages run into the mast, they all look fairly nice and straight, where sometimes you'll see almost like slight bananaing of the wire going in at an angle to the swage, and that's really important not to have that, because that's where the wire in the fitting will start to work. But I certainly have someone come and check this bit, because that's definitely a bit looser than I would have expected it to be. Maybe just a washer or a sheave is missing, or something fairly simple like that. Okay. So the gooseneck and the boom take a lot of wear and a lot of abuse. Here the gooseneck is stainless steel onto stainless steel. If you've got some which are aluminium, you want to watch the washers here are replaced regularly so you don't start wearing the bottom of the casting. But the stainless steel is stainless steel, it's not too bad. However, we've got a pop rivet here that's pretty dire, and round this side where the neck of the gooseneck is actually fitted onto the boom, the pop rivet is actually missing. So again, obviously, if one's gone and the other one's on its way, it'd be better to change all the pop rivets and know you've got some reliability there. A surveyor should be able to sight a mast and look up and see it straight, or if it's bent, or if there's damage to the track, and likewise with the boom. But to tell the general condition of a spar, really it's a rigger's job, and really at the end of every 10 years the mast should come down regardless and be properly sighted and looked at, and all the housings where the wire goes in and all the pulley blocks etc. should be checked. Do they all freely turn? Do they all move?
Yeah.
Condition of them? All those sort of things. You can have a little play with those yourself to see if they
Yeah.
turn freely.
Yeah.
So all these surveyors should be considered like GPs. We're here to identify the problems, not necessarily be that specialist. We should be able to identify that's not right, that's not right. Like the rigging, you need to go and get a better look at it. Like the gas, you should go and get a better look at it. We should identify basic problems, but the more specialist things should be dealt with by specialists. Like engines, when we come to look at the engine on this yacht, you know, I should be able to tell you the general side of it, but I won't be able to tell you the compression of it. That's an engineer's job. Rollers in the bottom here. This mono block one is okay. The edges of it is starting to break down, but all the aluminium ones are completely seized in their pins. So you need to take, there's a crevice pin on this side you can take out, and you can theoretically pull all these rollers out and basically oil them, grease them up, and hopefully get them to work again. But you know, there's lots of things here that you need to think about before you pop this boat in the water to go and use. Another little classic one is all these shackles should really be seized, and does my head in that people rely on shackles which aren't seized, and when they vibrate and slam around when you're on the water, a simple clevis or a seizing on them would be far better than what you've got there at present.